Now, I hope I deliver this teaching gently and with love, with compassion, gently, gently. But in truth, this is a radical teaching. It may be delivered, maybe with a soothing voice, maybe a gentle way, with a smile, with love, with respect, with appreciation, gratitude here, and with humility, I hope. This is a radical teaching. Do not be fooled into thinking otherwise. The teaching indicates there is only one reality, not 8 billion or 9 billion consciousnesses, but one reality. No multiplicity whatsoever. None. Not even the idea that what you are is a part of a greater happening. Like organs in the body. You know, organs in the body, you've got one body, but it's got different parts of the body that all function together. You've got the heart, the muscles, the kidneys, the liver, the eyes, the brain, the ears, the legs, the arms, etc. And they're all work together as one whole. So this is multiplicity and unity together. There's a multiplicity of organs and aspects, but ultimately one. This is not the teaching. That's a partial non-duality. That's saying there is no ultimate separation, but there isn't. But you know, there are different parts or aspects of this one. In Sanskrit, this is called Vishishtadvaita. It's translated as qualified non-duality, or what I call partial non-duality. It's kind of a non-duality, but there's a kind of duality there too. It's a very helpful and wonderful and useful teaching. Many of us will come to non-duality, the true non-duality, through this partial non-duality. But this is not the ultimate truth. A higher truth, no truth that's put in words is the ultimate truth. So a higher truth is that all is one. No multiplicity whatsoever. This cannot really be understood by the mind. The mind can understand the partial non-duality. We're all part of a greater whole. The body-mind is a part of a greater whole. The earth is the part of a greater whole. The solar system is a part of the greater whole. We're all one universe. This is not non-duality. This is like a partial non-duality. As I said, very useful teaching. I find it very useful. But non-duality cannot be understood by the mind. It makes zero sense. It makes no sense. It sounds like nonsense. It does, from the mind. Just as it sounds like nonsense to say everything is perfect, as it is, but somehow you can see how everything is perfect as it is, even when it obviously and apparently isn't. Maybe many of you get a sense of that. Non-duality goes further. It says, there is only one. There is no duality whatsoever, no separation whatsoever, no multiplicity whatsoever, no your consciousness and my consciousness being somehow ultimately the same. No. That's called duality, or what's called partial non-duality, which is just a different kind of duality. It's not that, oh, you have a white t-shirt and I have a white t-shirt and they're both white t-shirts, they're both kind of the same. No, it's not like you have a consciousness, I have a consciousness, they're kind of the same. So we'll just say they're one somehow, right? No, there is one consciousness. It cannot be realized by the mind. It cannot be known by the mind, by the ego, by the body-mind. It's totally radical teaching. And this is not quite exactly true, but I'll put it in words. And you can discover this yourself. Of course, you can't discover it yourself because it can't be discovered by the mind. So if you take yourself to be the mind, no, you cannot discover it yourself. But I'll just say, you can experience it yourself. You can discover this yourself. You can experience yourself. You can discover this truth for yourself. But it will not be discovery made by the body-mind. It's utterly radical and utterly real. And utterly, it is total liberation. No shackles, no bondage, no suffering. It is what you are looking for. And if you do not settle for second best, for third best, it is what you will strive for. It is what you will strain for. And it is what will naturally come to you. Because it is, let's say, it's your birthright, meaning it is your true nature. So this is your right because it is your being. It's not your right in any ideological sense of having rights or having a birthright that you deserve this. No, this is just what is, what the reality is. So hang on a sec. If this cannot be discovered by the body-mind, what can discover it? Well, it can only be the reality, the self that you are, can only be discovered by itself. It's only one. It's not that there's something else here that can discover the self. Because that would need two things. It's just itself discovering itself. Or itself being itself. Remember, we've got to look past the words, not get caught up on words. Like discover, which obviously imply duality. So it's only by the self, or by Ramana, or by God, that we can discover the self, or Ramana, or God. And Bhagavan Ramana's teachings take us all the way. He gives us everything we need to discover this for ourselves. And there are many different teachings, but they all come down to the same thing. This is the basic teaching. You don't know anything about God, not really. You don't know anything about the world. Not really. You may see things, sense things, hear things, think you know things. You may have picked up concepts, ideas along the way, but you cannot be 100% certain. The only thing, if you think about this deeply, I won't go into all the logic and reasoning now. You can ask me about it if you want. If you think about it deeply, there's only one thing you know for sure, and that is, I am. Or I am here, something exists. If you investigate the I am, the reality that you are is revealed. And the reality, the I am, is revealed as being the God that is talked about and the God that is conceptualized and then sought externally, is actually, mistakenly sought externally, is actually the I am within your heart. Heart meaning your essence. The heart of the matter, the heart of something means the center, the core of it, the essence, the essential aspect of it, the essence. It's your heart. Not the biological heart, just your essence, your core, your being. And when you look to yourself, eventually you start to abide as the self. And it's just the self being itself, in quotes, discovering itself, but not really discovering. It's just the self being the self. That's it.